Hi, if you're struggling with drugs and alcohol, I got great news for you. I'm going to talk really fast because we only have 3 minutes, so please pay attention. I apologize. When I was a drug and alcohol addict, my mind was bombarded with all kinds of fears, anxieties, just horrific thoughts. I couldn't be around people without thinking about how I was going to kill them. To give you an example of this, when I lived in Mexico, Boca del Rio, Veracruz, I was on the run 16 years down there to Honduras, Guatemala, Mexico. And I lived with a hitman who worked for a Grupo de los Zetas, the most reputed drug lords in the world. They surpassed the Chinese triads in 2008. And they eat people, worship Satan. This guy killed his own father for the house that we lived in. And one morning I wake up after another blackout. I used to have him all the time. I wake up and his house is destroyed even more than it was before. And he's telling me, man, can you please leave? Something ain't right about you, right? So this gives you an example of what God delivered me from. Another example, I'm in Boca del Rio, Veracruz. I wake up on the beach, another blackout, all my stuff scattered down the beach. And this witch doctor, we call it, it's a bruja. She's hitting me with the broom of all things. Frail little old lady. She's telling me, yeah, tienes pecto sucio, lárgase, búscale. She's got the federales hiding behind her with their M16s and half the town hiding behind them. They knew what I was. I didn't. And so I thought she was crazy. But years later, I'm in Dallas County, Dallas. I'm reading a book called The Bondage Breaker by Dr. Neil T. Anderson. I said, pay attention to that book. It's a great book. It's not the book. It's not the doctor. It's the sound biblical principles within the book that the enemy doesn't want you to know about. It's the only book in the world, and the only book I've ever read out of the hundreds of books that I've read, that entire pages went blank. I tried reading it. So when I get done, I got tears running down my face, declaring truths, confessing lies, sins, and I got the book right here because you've ever been to jail, you know you don't want anybody seeing you crying in jail. So I get done and I'm immediately in what's called a hierophany, the detachment of a territory from the cosmic mind loop, making it qualitatively different. You have a theophany, which is visual manifestation of God, and a hierophany, which is the manifest presence of the holy, what Bruno Falo calls the mysterium trumen fascinas. And so what it is the difference between the manifest presence of God, because he's everywhere, and the omnipresence, and the manifest presence is when you're aware of, when you're not. And it is an emotionally violent experience. You have an acute awareness of your creatureliness and sin, and you tremble. And I had tears running down my face in a fetal position, and all I could say was, holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty. It's filled with your glory, over and over again until I passed out. About 45 minutes later, I woke up the next day and I knew I had to fast. Fast? I was going to prison, Texas. I'm trying to get as big as I could. I'm sitting by a trash can. You can eat them vegetables. I wanted my tray, your tray, his tray, everybody's tray. And so, and as I read the Holy Writ for the next 3 days, from Romans to Jude, it leaped off the page like 3D, and I got revelation to revelation to revelation. Before I couldn't focus, I couldn't concentrate. My mind would wander to 100,000 different things. But in this moment, the veil was torn away, and I could understand it. And I haven't been the same since. I got peace in my mind now. And I just want you guys to know that there's deliverance. And his name, the Bondage Breaker, his name is Jesus Christ of Nazareth. And I counsel all who struggle with any kind of addiction or habitual sin to seek the Lord diligently. And I advise you to get that book. I'm not trying to promote a book. I'm trying to